Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles, and I welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. Now, in today's episode, the topic is reacting to the fun guy Kawhi Leonard on Jimmy Kimmel Live. So that's the topic I want to get into in today's video. But before we get into that, I want you guys to please make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Also, be sure to check out our Dreamerspro Podcast, which we have linked in the description below, and also be on the lookout for our Dreamerspro Premium platform that we're launching in January, and also our Dreamerspro website that we're launching in January as well, which we're pretty excited about. But we'll keep you guys posted on that. Anyway, let me just get into the topic here. So, I heard about this story late last night. I was watching an interview with Tyronn Lue, and he was being interviewed, and one of the people asked him, one of the, I guess, reporters asked him, hey, by the way, you going to watch Kawhi Leonard on Jimmy Kimmel Live today? And he was like, what? Kawhi? He was like, he's going to be on Jimmy Kimmel Live? And he was like, yeah. It's like, oh, absolutely, I'm going to watch it, right? So that's when I heard about it, but I was like, okay, there's no way I'm going to stay up and then do the episode and all of that. So I said, we'll produce the video today. So this is going to be relevant to you depending on when you see it, really. And I thought, okay, let's talk about something else, something a little bit more lighthearted and something more interesting, really, because this week there's nothing really happening in the NBA. Let's be honest. Just some, I mean, apart from the Giannis story that broke, there aren't any really major NBA storylines happening this week. But as a media company, you have to create content but almost every single day, right? Skip and Shannon go to work Monday to Friday. So whether or not a breaking news story happened or nothing or not, you still got to show up and do your work. For us, it's a little bit different because we work pretty much all day, all the time, which is pretty normal. When you're building out a company, there are no off days, and you usually do that for years. So no one's complaining here, and it's part of the process, and later down the road, it's going to pay off. So no complaints from me here. Anyway, so let me just get into the topic here. So then I spoke to Marco today, and I was like, oh, by the way, did you hear about the Kawhi Leonard interview on Jimmy Kimmel Live? He started laughing. He was like, what do you mean? He was like, what do you mean? I was like, yeah, he was on Jimmy Kimmel Live. And he goes, so does he talk in the interview? And then we started cracking up about it. So anyway, let me just tell you guys about the interview. You guys didn't see it. We're not going to be adding any audio from the interview. We don't need any copyright infringements. If you guys want to see, you guys can definitely go check it out on your own. It's out there. So it's even on the Jimmy Kimmel Live page. So you guys can you can hunt it down and watch it for yourselves. So anyway, the interview starts off, and I'm looking at Kawhi Leonard, and Kawhi is his usual dry self. Even if he's excited, it doesn't really look like he's excited. But I did notice his background of his house looks like a pretty neat. He looks like he has a pretty nice setup there. It looks a little sophisticated, not too colorful, not too crazy. So he looked like he had a nice setup in the background. Anyway, so Jimmy Kimmel begins to ask him questions like, "Hey, Kawhi, so you're not known for talking so much, and this and this and this and all of that." And then he points to the fact that he goes, "Oh, the last social media post that you made was actually in 2015 on Twitter with one of those like hover skateboards or whatever it is." And then I was like, "Oh my God, this guy made a post in 2015." And then he goes, "Man, that wasn't even me, man. Like I wasn't even the one that made that post." And I was like, "Wow, this dude really, really, really is not on social media." And in this day and age, that's like a superpower. Now, let me say this. Social media benefits you. It benefits certain type of people. If your business and brand are on, require for you to be on social media, then you absolutely better be on social media, right? If a Gary Vee cannot, afford to say I'm not on social media, a president like a Donald Trump cannot afford to not be on Twitter because people want to hear what you think, and it's important for us to be able to keep in touch with you. Certain companies, that's the way they communicate what their brands need to do and all that. So in some cases, I understand that. Some people may say for some athletes, hey, you need to be on social media to be able to connect with your fans, for people to feel like they can connect with you because it can help them buy into what you're doing even more. But for Kawhi Leonard up until this point, it looks like he's taken the complete opposite approach and it's worked out for him. I mean, the guy managed to get a shoe deal in 2019, 2018, in this day and age or whatever it is, with no social media. That's unheard of. That's unprecedented, right? You would think, okay, well, where's your social media following? And it completely flies in the face of conventional wisdom. Conventional wisdom tells you in today's day and age you need to be on social media. But anyway, so they started talking about different things and something funny. Jimmy Kimmel's trying to be live, funny, lighten up the mood. And he goes, oh, has anybody ever spoken to you about your big hands or whatever it is? He was like, yeah, even my family, they noticed when I came out, I had big hands. He was like, the only time I really notice it really is like when I try to fit my hands in my pockets. And I was like, okay, that's pretty funny. But the funniest thing about that comment was, I don't think Kawhi was trying to be funny. I think he was just sort of stating a fact that ended up being funny. And that's what made him funny. He has like this very dry sense of humor. He's not really trying to be funny out there. So he said that. And then they went on to talk about what I really think he was there to talk about to begin with, was his new shoes by New Balance. I think that was pretty much what it was all about, because he has to sell some shoes, right? You signed this, multi-million-dollar deal with New Balance, and you're the face of their basketball division. You have to sell some shoes. Now, I don't know if they shot some commercials that are probably going to debut during the regular season. I have no idea, like they did a season ago. I have no idea. But I think the entire purpose of that interview was to sell his shoes, right? And that's pretty much what he was there for. And Jimmy Kimmel just put his foot out on the table, like, oh, what about these shoes, right? Now, if you guys haven't seen these New Balance shoes, they're actually called the Santa Claus, right? So we're going to put it on the screen here for you guys to take a look at it. This is what they look like. And for me, I actually think they look pretty neat, actually. They look much better than the first edition that he had with the New Balance, which seemed like a strap at the top of his ankles and had like an N, which I thought was really ugly, to be honest with you. Like, it looked very, very, very plain. I don't know if that's something they were using to play off of his personality, which is plain, nothing too flamboyant. But given the fact that this year the theme seems to be him being more outgoing, speaking to people, being in the public, I feel like maybe they wanted to go with a little bit more a design that could appeal to a larger audience, something to be a little bit more visually appealing. So probably that's the reason behind the shoe. So you guys can take a look at it and check it out if you like it or whatever it is. But for me, I thought they look pretty decent. But I'm not really a sneakerhead, to be honest with you. So it doesn't matter to me anyway. Even if they were the best looking sneakers, I still wouldn't buy them, because I'm not a sneakerhead, but I understand. I have a lot of friends that are. Like, I went to high school with a lot of guys that love sneakers, man. Some people that have like 20, 30, 40 pairs of sneakers. It was crazy. But anyway, so he spoke about that. And then they brought Billy Crystal on the show, who turns out to be the biggest Clippers fan, apparently. And Clippers fans would know this. I didn't know that. But he was on there, and then they started talking to each other. Then it got awkward. They were playing some games, which are kind of awkward, but I guess they thought that would make the thing pretty interesting by bringing him in or whatever it is. I don't know the decision, behind that. But however, to kind of wrap it all up, I think he went out there to sell his shoe, which is important because you're getting paid to market and promote the shoe. But two, I think he also went out there to sort of enhance his public profile. But he did it in his own way. I don't think now all of a sudden Kawhi Leonard is going to open up an Instagram account and jump on TikTok. I don't think those things will happen. Now, it possibly could happen. I don't think it will, but it could happen, right? Who knows? He may in the future decide, okay, I need to go on these brands to promote myself. But thus far into his career, I don't think I think he's done pretty well without it. And I think it'll help his brand. It never hurts to get out there in the public eye, let people see you, especially at the beginning of the season, get people hyped. So I think it's a good thing, and I think it's something that's going to work out. So you guys can definitely check it out, and let me know what you guys think. But in the end, I think that the part that I like the most about it was that the fact he's being himself. In today's day and age, it's like a superpower. It's like a superpower to be yourself. Like, it's a superpower to be yourself. I feel like a lot of people are trying to impress other people by doing things to, create this image of themselves. Okay, this is who I really am, and in reality, you're like this. And like, for example, a guy came on here. I don't remember how long ago it was. One of these butthurt fans, man, that sometimes take it like to cross the line and take it to the personal side, like it's whatever. And the guy goes, oh yeah, something. First of all, your fashion is off because you're wearing a Puma sweater, and then that's number one. Then number two, and I was like, okay, let me just say this. Let me just digress for a second here, guys. Give me 30 seconds. If you think, first of all, if you're concerned with what I'm wearing, if that's something that matters to you in your life, it means you have nothing going on in your life, to be honest with you. If your concern is what somebody else is wearing that's doing their job, that's not adding an iota of anything to your life. It's not going to give you more money, nothing like that. If that's your concern, if that's what you're noticing, then it seems like you need to be focusing on other things, man. It seems like you probably have a little bit too much free time on your hand if you're worrying about what I'm wearing. Number one. Number two, I'm I don't come on here saying, okay, let me try to get a Gucci shirt and a Prada, sweater and all of this thing for you guys to I couldn't even tell you how little of a F I give about. I'm not, I literally, I can't even quantify it, how little I care about whether or not, I look appealing. And what I'm focused on, do I look presentable to you guys? Number one. Number two, when I was younger, I used to dress up and try to look cool, and I didn't have a dollar in my pockets. Who cares? Right? Most of these guys that you see looking cool and dressing up, they don't have nothing to show. If you open their bank account, you can't find more than $5,000 inside their bank account. Maybe, right? Like, so the way somebody dresses is not something that you should be impressed with. And it happens all over the world. Like, I lived in Lagos, Nigeria. You see a lot of what they call big boys. These are some guys that have money, right? Guys that have money, you see them driving Range Rovers and all of this stuff. But none of them have anything. If you check well, they'll have nothing. Even maybe they'll have the car, and you see the place they live, you're like, man, this is where you live, driving this car. Some of them can't even pay for their own gas to drive the car. But if you see them outside, you feel like, oh, because how he's dressed, he's wearing his glasses. You feel like, oh my God, this guy. He's doing nothing. Don't be confused by somebody where most of it is a facade anyway. Number two, most people that have money, at least most that are business, who cares? Why would I care to impress you that doesn't have money and I have money? Why am I showing it to you to impress you? If I'm trying to impress you, it means I don't have it, right? So that is the least of my worries. I want you guys to be concerned with what I'm saying, not what I'm wearing. If what I'm wearing is the reason you're here, then that means that I'm not doing my job, because it's a sports media company, not a fashion show. So I just wanted to get that out there. I do not dress for the public. Literally, I don't give it, like, literally, because it's not going to add one iota to me. So I just thought that was funny, and I think I'm just being myself. I'm not trying to create some fake persona of who I am to get people to like me. Like, oh man, okay, he's wearing a Gucci belt, and oh, he must be somebody. Please. I remember I heard an entertainer. He was like, yeah, I got $1 million worth of cars in my driveway, and the guy was like, do you have up to that in your bank account? He was like, hell no. So anyway, so what I want to know from you guys is, let me know if you enjoyed the video. Check out the interview. Check out the shoes. Whatever you guys think, please let me know your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed the video, please make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro, wishing you guys an amazing day. Peace.